Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to make Sooji ka halwa. Sooji ka halwa or semolina flour. This dish, this halwa is very popular in North India. I remember like more than 30 years ago, this is used to be only dessert on the wedding. Very simple wedding. People used to use a plate like leaves plate. We all sitting, mostly on the floor and eating like all the dishes, and dessert is halwa and used to be very special actually. Not this is not the main dessert now anymore. There's so many different desserts they use because back then especially in the village and mountain region, this halwa used to be very popular in the wedding. And but it's so good actually. It's like you can make all this dessert in a healthier way a little bit. Instead of like sugar, you can use some other alternative. Still can enjoy. So this halwa, people use so much sugar in this, but I'm going to use dates instead of sugar. Fresh date. Okay, here is semolina flour. You can see. So our Sooji, and I'm using like 7 dates. I cut them in small pieces. You can see how I'm cutting them. 2 cup of water. I'm using half teaspoon, or you can use 1 teaspoon of cardamom powder. If you don't have green cardamom powder, you can use whole cardamom, crush them and use that way also. And here's the raisin. I prefer golden raisin, but I only have few golden raisin here. But you can use any other raisin, it's fine. And so I'm using like 2 tablespoons of raisin. And here's the walnut. I cut this walnut in a small pieces, so I'm using like 1/4 cup, or you can use less. And here's the almonds also I'm using 2 tablespoons. I cut this almonds also. And I'm using few saffron string. You can see saffron. If you don't have saffron is not very common in American households, so you don't have to have those. Because I have right now, so I'm going to use this. Another ingredients I have is butter. You can use ghee. Ghee also is good, so I'm going to use some butter here. So I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of butter. So first thing first, so take one pan, and you can even use cast iron, is fine. So I'm using this pan. I'm going to roast this Sooji semolina flour right here in a low heat. So because this might burn so fast, you have to do this in low heat and roast this slowly, and you have to continuously stirring this. It's gonna take at least 6 to 7 minutes to roast this. So let's roast this here and in a low heat. If you're using gas stove, use a low flame, whatever the lowest setting in there, and keep stirring. So you don't want this to get burnt. You want to roast this until this golden brown. Okay, while we're roasting this here, you have to keep stirring this. So in the side pan right here, some butter here, 1 tablespoon of butter. As I'm heating butter here, butter is like hot enough. So I'm going to roast these dry nuts here. You don't have to do this, but if you do this way, your nuts taste will so much better. Butter is very healthy for us. This is one of the healthier, good butter, not any junk one, but good butter is, or like grass-fed butter or grass-fed ghee is good, like for us. So let's roast this one here for 4 to 5 minutes. So this nuts is done. I'm going to put this here in a separate. And the same time, in same pot, I'm going to cook this water. And same time, I'm going to add this dates here. So I'm going to cook this dates here in this water. And if you remember this cardamom and saffron, you can just cook this here. So while we're cooking like this, so when you cook this way, because the dates has to melt, because otherwise so hard. So this way we'll get all the sweetness from the dates. And also you will see it's better this way. Then because we need cooked water, not raw water. You can see right here our flour or Sooji or semolina semolina flour is done. You can see it's a golden brown now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this in a separate pot. Okay, what are you doing here?
I am building a battle because I'm listening to the Lord of the Rings.
Okay, so you're building. What are you listening to?
I'm not listening right now, but I only have one Lord of the Rings character, and that's this his name is Gandalf. But I really like the Lord of the Rings, so I just made my own characters.
Okay, well, looks
there,
quite cool.
it's done. It's called the Battle of Helm's Deep.
Battle of?
Helm's Deep.
Oh wow.
So these are all the archers up here. This knight is trying to stop them from climbing up the wall. These ones are orcs, with that one too. This is a cave troll. And then I just have some other characters around, like these elves. They're fighting these guys. I just put one over.
It's very cool, right?
Thanks.
Also, he made this map. You can see. Looks like a very old map. So what he did, he rubbed some coffee ground here and burned this paper on the side.
Coffee water.
Yeah, coffee water, and burn the side. So it looks like the antique.
I also have this map.
This is map.
This is a map of Middle Earth, which is where the Lord of the Rings take place.
Oh wow.
So I put all the main areas. There are one or two places I left out.
Look at how he made this mountains.
What I did, I drew the mountain, and then I drew a line through it, and then I used a Sharpie.
Okay, so you wanna cook this here and slowly. You don't want this to be high heat, just medium low heat, so they can slowly cook. Don't get burned, but they slowly cook a little bit. Maybe just to 4 minutes only. So in India they use sugar instead of these dates. They don't use fresh dates. They use so much sugar, and it's easier, faster. But I don't like sugar to use. I try to make this is better, This is also sugar, but it's natural sugar. Okay, so now I'm going to. So the same pan I was roasting the flour, Sooji. So if you remember, we have another tablespoon of butter. Just melt this butter in this pot. Okay, so this is done here. Dates and saffron and cardamom powder is done. I just cooked this here, so now I'm gonna keep this aside. And as you see right here, butter is almost melting here. And now I'm going to add this flour here. Okay, as you adding, just roast this. Not roast, just mix this all like this. And keep the heat low, not too high. And since this water is hot here, so I'm going to pour this water here. Okay, continue stir this. Don't let this get a lump in there. Low heat. So you can add actually here milk also. If you don't want to add any milk, you don't have to. So it's done. So turn the stove off. You can even add some more water here. If you look, it seems very dry and all. So you just add some more water, but you don't have to. And if you're adding more water, you have to cook the water first. Okay, so it's done. And now I'm going to add this nuts on here. And mix this all together. Okay. This now is ready to serve. So easy, simple, tastier, healthier. Halwa is ready. Okay, this is the final presentation. I add some butter on top. You can see the butter. You can add some butter. Are you ready to try? Okay.
This is my own little one here.
Yeah. So what I did, I add some butter in there and milk.
It looks like it needs a little more milk.
Okay, you can add milk. You can add butter also, ghee. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Wow, you like it, huh? It's good actually. Make it healthier.
I'm gonna add a little more milk milk to it.
Okay, here. Okay, add some milk, some butter. Make more healthy. You need, kids need lots of fat. Good fat, good for them. So I hope you guys will enjoy as I'm enjoying right now.
Me too.
Here. So don't forget to subscribe and like. And click this bell icon so you can get notification whenever I post new video. And also I have a link for Patreon at the end of the video. Also I have a link below so you can click Patreon link to support through that Patreon and discover more video. Okay, so see you next time.